What's up, everyone? I think we are live. Let us pop out chat and double check here, and we'll get started. Let's go to my main page here, and then we'll begin our stream officially. Let's see what we got. I think we should be good to go. We are fantastic. All right, so let's see here. Get my chat out for a second. The other thing I'm going to do is I've got the mission map for the Aurora Glade pulled up. So let me adjust my chat just a little bit so I can actually fit it all on one screen. Yeah, there we go. And we should be doing pretty fabulous here. Let's pop out that map again. There we go. Okay, let's jump right back in the game. So, good afternoon. Guten Nachmittag. Welcome back to another session of Guild Wars 1. Still in Prophecies. We're still in the Maguuma Jungle, and I'm hoping to actually rectify that. Been meaning to stream for the past couple nights, but I don't know. Just been so busy doing my music project stuff, and then I don't know. Just really haven't been in the mood to stream, honestly. Just been focused on some of my other series, and now I'm in the mood. So here we are. Got a few things that we could definitely bitch about in today's stream, and get my lovely beverage ready here. All right. So I was taking a look at the Aurora Glade mission, which is going to be the next one, and apparently we have to save some soldier. We got to save some guy, and we're going to be fighting a lot of white mantle guys. So we're going to be apparently they all clump together. So that's why I put in Inferno. What I'm going to hope to do is actually just rush up into these mobs and just say cast Arcane Echo double dragon, so quadruple dragon, and then Inferno. And then, you know, I'll just use these other spells as needed. But right now, we have two primary quests that we got to do. We got to do this urgent warding quest. We've got to make contact with Gretchen. And this is going to get us into the Aurora Glade, which is the next mission. And then we also have this White Mantle Wrath, a helping hand. And from the looks of it, I think we basically just have to go around the map in Etten's back here and just kill off the individual whatchamacall white mantle mobs. Wrong word there. I do apologize again. I should be streaming this a little earlier, you know, simply because I seriously suspect that most of you guys are actually coming from Europe that are actually watching this this campaign for the most part. So I should definitely keep that in mind and actually maybe start to stream a little earlier. Alright, first of all, let's get our double dragon up and running. I think I'm getting to that point now where I'm kind of wanting some new skills. I'm just not really satisfied with my current build. You know what? Actually, hang on a second. It's a little warm down here in the subtropics of the southeast, so I got to keep a little desk fan on me, otherwise it gets a little too warm. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my clothes off. We're not gonna do any of that. Remember that? Remember that song from back in the day? Back in the day. Can you believe that? Like I remember when that shit was still on the radio. Like back in like the early and mid 2000s. Oh, is that all I had to do was kill off those like couple of groups? It's so weird for me to talk about like the early and mid 2000s as being back in the day, because that's not back in the day for me. That's ridiculous. That wasn't that long ago. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, the early 2000s was literally 17, 18 years ago. That's quite a while. Okay, so valiantly fought. We killed off the dudes. He gives us some stuff. Let's do our other Maguuma Jungle quest here. Meet up with Gretchen's scout, which is pretty hella far here. I think the way we should probably actually go about doing this is coming up around from the top. That would make the most sense. But I'm wondering is if I can go to the south. Because if I go through the south, I could actually explore some of this area and it could save me a lot of time later. I'm just hoping it actually connects. So let's investigate. Let's actually go to the south and find out if there is indeed another way around. I'd really hate to actually come down to this southern pathway here and find out that there's like no way to get across. That would be kind of a bummer, and then have to do all that backtracking. So what do we got here? We got somebody over here. Come on, I see you. Who is this person? So I see this little green dot here. Oh, he's a collector. Okay. Duh, I should have been looking at the minimap. I think this... maybe? Looks like it might be. It totally is. Awesome. I'm gonna say that'd be really shitty if that was just like a little cul-de-sac into where the collector was. So let's test out Inferno here. It's another skill I have never really used. Man, it's got a long casting time. Jesus. Well, I mean, actually, technically, it's faster than Flare. I'm really curious to find out what the actual, like, area of effect is. Okay, so let's take a look at the map again. Let's try to cut across the south here. Let's take our time today, you know? Let's enjoy the sights. Most of the time when I'm, like, actually recording episodes and doing, live streams and whatnot, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm really not looking forward to going through the wilderness. There's something about it that just actually kind of irks me some of the time. Like, it just feels like it's filler. And that's something that I was going to chat about today, was the nature of a lot of Let's Players out there, we'll say. So, I really try to actually keep it in mind for, you know, most people. I've said this before, even in the very beginning of my introductory video, that I really wanted this to be mainly a channel that does, like, say, strategy titles. Lots of strategy titles, definitely. Maybe some, like, immersive RPGs. I mean, definitely we're playing an MMO right now. I mean, it's not an immersive one, but... what the fuck? You know, I basically said that I wanted to stick within a very specific subset of games, even if they really have nothing to do with it, like an immersive simulator. I really hate that title, by the way. We'll just call it what it is, an actual, like, you know, first-person RPG that just has really good graphics. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, but, you know, there's really nothing the same about one of those RPGs and, say, like, EU4 or something. They're completely different games. But, you know, it's like, I still like to try to stick with those. I don't know where I was going with this. Now I feel like an asshole. Lost my train of thought. I was sitting here, like, you know, trying to really describe myself and not doing it very well. I just saw the damage that Inferno does. See, the problem with Inferno is it's a one-trick pony. It only does the one damage. I mean, it does the damage one time, that's it. That's kind of not worth it to me. Even though it does some decent damage. So anyways, I guess what I was trying to get at is that, you know, I know of a couple of YouTubers out there that pretty much stick with one genre, or say, like, one company's games. Like, there are some YouTubers out there that definitely... oh shit, he's a monk. So I need to be interrupting him. There we go. So anyways, there's some YouTubers out there that pretty much predominantly do either one style game, or maybe they stick with one kind of company's games, because there are Let's Players out there that pretty much do, say, like the Total War series, or there's some people out there that just pretty much focus on Paradox Interactive titles. I'm trying not to do that, but I'm finding that kind of be a little difficult because I very much enjoy those types of strategy games. But, you know, and I have no problem with that. I have no problem with somebody just focusing on one thing instead of being, you know, like a variety hour. There are definitely some Let's Players out there that are like that. You know, and speaking of which, I've just noticed something. Let me go into options here. Let's go and turn down the effects volume just a touch. But for any of those people out there that just watch Let's Play series and live streams and whatnot, and you're not an actual content creator yourself, you know, I know how easy it is, or how easy it could be to be critical of other people and what they're doing and everything. But it's different when you actually start to do it. I mean, that should be the obvious thing, but it's really hard, I think, for some people to recognize that. It's really easy to actually criticize, but once you're actually into those, filling those shoes, then you can start to see for yourself. You can kind of start to empathize. So whenever I talk about like other YouTubers or just doing YouTube in general or whatever, I'm not meaning to like impugn. I'm not like, you know, just doing it to be an ass or doing it to be like overly critical or anything like that. And I'm not saying that I'm definitely justified because I'm a creator content myself. Or creator content creator. Hello, Dyslexia. Wow, these guys take extra damage from fire. Holy shit. Die. Wow, took double the damage there. But you know, it's like I've been watching Let's Play series for a while, right? And you know, after watching a couple of Let's Players out there, you know, I really got interested in actually doing it myself, and that's how I started doing it eventually. And I really appreciated the style in which some of these people did it. It was really simple. I mean, their presentation was really simple. There was not like a lot of fluff. Looks like we got a boss monster here. Looks like he's a warrior. Let's crush him. And I don't want to say that I'm like copying it or anything. I don't want to give that impression, but I definitely respect that way of going about doing it. You know, keeping things relatively simple. You know, no intros, no outros, you know, like I'm not going to a graphic designer and paying for some snazzy thing that looks like some sort of like pseudo-professional garbage. And, you know, I'm not like sponsored by anybody or anything. So it's just me, and, you know, what you see is what you get. And just straight up gameplay and some commentary. I respect that format. I like it a lot. But there are some people out there that still don't understand the basic concepts of doing YouTube, or just you know, being a commentary or a commentator in general. I don't want to name names, but you know, I took a nap earlier today watching a well-known strategy title, a campaign of that strategy title from this one particular YouTuber, and it's a fairly prominent strategy gamer that does these YouTubers. And this fucking guy in an hour-long video straight up talked for 35 minutes fucking straight. 35 minutes straight in an hour-long video. Can you believe that? And it's like if I was just to basically, you know, scroll around the map and just run at the mouth. And like, I'm just scrolling around the map, maybe clicking on some menus, you know, we'll talk about, hey, let's talk about my skills, and like kill a bunch of time, and 35 minutes straight up. And I remember, like, I started off this campaign series like right around the time when I was like getting ready to put my head on the pillow and start to doze off, and it was the same thing, just non-stop commentary. It was unbelievable. And I have to say about this YouTuber is that I did actually subscribe to this guy's channel once before, and I unsubscribed for that same reason. The other thing too, I was really turned off by like the intro sequence. I'm just not a really big fan of those. Some of them are just really shitty, and some of them are just so time-consuming and pervasive. You know, in reality, it might only be like 5 seconds worth, but I don't know, for some reason, it just feels like an eternity for me. Oh, there's a new enemy type over here. Okay, they call me Snakebite. It's a long story. What is on your mind? Okay. White Mandel already swept through here. I was sent to keep an eye out for any more coming in this area. There were too many. We were too few. Talk with the elder Gretchen and Aurora Glade. Perhaps Den Ravi is not yet lost. I think Den Ravi is the actual, like, centaur guardian thingy. So there are other YouTubers out there that fall on the opposite side of the spectrum, where they just simply barely say anything at all. And I do have to say that now that I've been in the shoes now for, what, like 8 or 9 months as a content creator myself, you know, I do agree that you need to have enough commentary, but it needs to strike a balance. Like, you need to have, like, some natural pauses in there where it's not like a non-stop, like, verbal assault. And I've tried not to make that mistake. I know there's been a few times maybe where I've slipped up, where I just kept talking and talking and talking. At least I don't think I have. Maybe I'm just being a little too critical of myself. I think in my case it's been the opposite. There's been a couple episodes, especially playing this game, where I just haven't had enough commentary. Man, this is such a wise decision to actually switch over to fire skills. I'm just burning through these guys. I do have to say, give off a little bit of advice to anybody that's actually interested in doing this. Go to your local university, even if it is like a community college, and take like a basic public speaking class. Like, no joke, that will help you out so much. It gives you a really good idea of how to orate. I mean, you're not like physically standing in front of people, but you are standing, you know, in front of a camera, if you're planning on doing live streaming, that is. But I mean, it still works out to your benefit if you're just doing just regular Let's Play games, you know, that are non-live. Yeah, buddy, let's get that double dragon. I think that's just so sexy. I love it. Yeah. This is definitely going to be a much better build. Actually run through this mission. I just find it to be so annoying. And you know, something else is that I've run across so many YouTubers out there that just can't understand the basic concepts of setting up their audio properly. Like, look, man, if you're gonna do YouTube or Twitch or something, you're gonna create content, and all you have is a laptop, don't use the onboard microphone. Don't use a headset. And I say that, you know, as a slight hypocrite, because when I started off, my first, I don't know, shit, maybe it was like 10 to 15 episodes or so. The first few videos I did was actually with a headset, and I knew it sounded like shit, and that's why I upgraded to my current setup here, which wasn't that expensive. But I've seen so many videos out there and so many people that just can't seem to understand that basic fundamental concept. Like, if you sound like shit, nobody's gonna watch you. You're just gonna sound like shit. That's just all it's gonna be. And then there's other guys out there that just don't, it's not so much that, I don't know what their financial situation is, and maybe they don't have enough money to actually buy a decent microphone or something like that, but there's some people out there, I swear to God, like, they must just not care. And they sound like they're like holding a microphone above their head while they're speaking into a toilet. You get that like entire like acoustic echoing, and it just sounds like utter garbled bullshit. You know, you don't have to have like a professional like studio to be able to do this. You know, I mean, for Christ's sakes, I've got a big open room right now. I mean, if I had say like my own space to do this in, I would actually put in like the foamy sound, the soundboard thingies, the anti-echo, you know, the things that come in like a square about this big and they're ridged. Yeah, I'd probably do something like that, so my voice would sound a lot better. I've noticed that my voice sounds a particular way because of my current setup, even, you know, especially in my regular non-live episodes, my non-live Let's Play series. All right, so let's get rid of some of this shite. Looks like I got something over here I have to identify here. Speaking of which, I should probably pick up another ID kit because we're almost out. So let us buy an ID kit. So later on in the game, there is an updated identification kit where you can get, it's like got 100 chargers. But if you buy them individually like this at $100 a pop, which gives you the 25 uses, it's cheaper. So if you're looking to, like, you know, really be tight-fisted in this game and try to save a buck, always go with the smaller one. The superior identification kit, I think, comes with like 100 charges, but it costs like 500 gold. So it actually technically costs you 100 extra gold just for that convenience. Now let's drop off these chitin fragments. Okay. Oh, oops. And we, oops. I think we should have, yeah, we have a couple Maguuma keys. All right, let's talk to Elder Gretchen.
Welcome, friend.
But I don't remember her being voice acted. That's interesting. I wonder if that's got to be new. I don't think I've ever experienced that. And she did give us some pretty shisty shits. So let's chuck that before we start our mission. I do have the map open, by the way. I think I mentioned that before. Apparently we have to, I think, save some white mantle defector or something like that. All right, let us proceed. Not sure if there's a beginning cutscene or not. Some of them do, and most of them don't. Okay, gain access to the Henge of Denravi. Get to the Henge portal. Attune the Henge portal before the white mantle do. Right. Okay, so let me situate myself here. Where do we start at? Main route. Wait, what the hell? Hang on. Oh, there. Okay, I see where we start from. Okay, so we're gonna, I think, go down and do like a loop-de-loop. Let's get a little bit more of a bearing. What do we got here? Some white mantle guys. Okay. I really hate to actually, you know, bring up the fact of, you know, my criticism of other Let's Players out there. I mean, without it making it sound like I'm being, I don't know, a heckler. I just run across like a lot of bad content out there, or a lot of bad commentators out there, and it just bothers me. It really does. And especially if it's like for a game, hey, take this game for example. There's not a lot of content out there about Guild Wars 1. And it's like, can you imagine if there was only, hypothetically, let's say there was only one person out there that was creating content or had created content for this, and it sounded like shit. They were just a really terrible commentator. You know how disappointing that would be? Oh, let's do Inferno here. You know, I not only watch Let's Play series as, you know, just entertainment sometimes, but, you know, I like to watch them too for maybe a game that I don't yet have and I'm thinking about buying, and I actually really want to see some gameplay. So it's definitely for kind of a, I guess you could say like a, whatchamacallem, how do I say, like a consumer, I don't want to say advocacy. It just helps me out as a consumer. It just allows me to make a more informed decision on my purchases and whatnot. That's one. And two, you know, it's like, I mean, I think it's pretty common phenomenon these days is that everybody's got a Steam account with like 1 million games on it, and games that they've never touched, a huge backlog of shit that they've never played. And you know, there's a lot of times where I'm really interested in actually maybe starting a series for, say, one of those games, but I haven't touched the game, even though I own it. And I would like to actually, you know, see some gameplay and see what it's about, and kind of determine from there whether or not it's going to be worth my time to actually do a series on it or not. I think there's a... Okay, so we went down. What we want to do is we want to go up. Because the bonus is over there somewhere. I don't know. I can see how some people would watch my shit and be like, dude, you suck. You're not that great. You have no room to talk. Maybe you don't like the sound of my voice. Maybe I'm just not that great of a commentator. I know that my cursing turns off some people. That's a given. I don't know what to... Oh, this is actually taking me back. Oops. I think that's our path right there. Right underneath us. That's something I have actually thought about. You know, maybe actually adjusting about my channel. Just maybe put a bar stove in my mouth and clean out the potty mouth. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, but this is how I talk in real life. I just very fluently curse. And this is what I bring to the table. And I feel like, well, if you don't like it, that's what I gotta say about that. I mean, if you don't like it, then you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like my shit. I'm certainly not getting on here every episode and Blue's like, please click like and subscribe. If you like this, give me the thumbs up. Yeah, I'm not doing any of that bullshit. I think that is so like cliche now. People do that shit so often. It's just so ubiquitous. You watch somebody else's channel and they're like, please, if you like this, let me know. It gives me a really good idea. No, it doesn't, asshole. It doesn't give you any idea. Shut up. You just want the positive feedback. That's all you want. I don't know. You know, I got mixed feelings about the whole cursing thing, honestly. Because on one hand, I can see how that's probably, you know, really stunting my growth of the channel. Like, I could be totally missing out on whole swaths of people out there that just don't really like it when people curse for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do about it. It's either I do or I don't, or just maybe do it a little bit more sparingly. That's a possibility too. So apparently there is another way around. I'm gonna say there was that southern path there, but I think we can go around this way. We're gonna start fighting white mantle guys here soon. As a matter of fact, there's a white mantle boss down here somewhere. Crushed. Oh, nice. We just gained a level. So we now have 15 skill points. I'm actually really tempted to go into factions. There looks like a shining blade corpse right there. I'm tempted to actually go into factions, or maybe even a Nightfall, and purchase some of the skills there. Okay, Holt the Iron Boot Heel. All right, that's quite the name. We'll go down pretty easily. What else we got here? We got of course, there's an abbot here. He must die. I was tempted to actually take off Unnatural Signet, but it's just so damn good. I love that skill. And Empathy is just, I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous. I do have to say. It is pretty good. Okay, it looks like... I know I saw the thing. The pedestal thing. I remember seeing that. It popped up somewhere. There we are. So that's part of the main mission. But down here, there's the other boss. Looks like he's probably a monk boss. Let's see what we got here. Nope. Necromancer? Nope. He's a ranger. Yeah, this is where the Inferno and Double Dragon is going to come into play. Yeah. Hey, let's talk to this druid here. Right. That was what we were supposed to do, correct? I think so. I think so. Attune the thorn pedestal to clear the vine gap. Interesting. Uh-huh. I think we have to actually do this a few times. I think there's multiple of these thorn pedestals with the crystals. Can't get another one, can I? I totally can. So that was the place to put it, right? I only read the bonus. So just... oh, maybe I gotta put it over here. Ah, there we are. Okay, so let's take a look at our quest. I mean, it seems simple enough. I think that's what we have to do. We have to do that a couple times. Still a little ways away from getting to our bonus area. Still having to fight these Wind Riders. So I took the Hexbreaker out for was for the whatchamacallit, the Inferno. It's definitely a good thing that the Maguuma Jungle is actually kind of quick. Kind of bored of the area already. Can't wait to get out. And if I'm not mistaken, the sequence of events is that we go through the Maguuma Jungle, and then we come back out over here somewhere, and I think we go to Riverside Province, and then over here is Sanctum K, and then Sanctum K I think takes us to the Crystal Desert, if I'm not mistaken. So there's an optional boss up there. Chopped Stormstinker. Yeah, I don't really care. Let's just continue on. Shit, got a dead end here. So I should probably keep you guys at least a little bit informed here about my plans with this channel. I was actually thinking about maybe producing a new channel update video. But it'd be really nice to hear from some of you guys about maybe some suggestions about other series you guys might want to see in the future. It's going to be a little while before I'm able to get to them, but I'm definitely looking for future additions, because right now we have currently this. We have the XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, which is I think pretty close to actually being finished, believe it or not, which is great. It's went on for way too long. And then I've got my Succession series in EU4. I have had one person, no, actually it's been a couple people actually that has suggested me playing an actual official game of EU4 with achievements and whatnot, so I've definitely taken that in consideration. I really hate to do another EU4 campaign after, you know, having done these other two. I don't really want to, like, do back-to-back-to-back EU4 campaigns, so that's going to be a little while, I think. We do have another series that I have not started publishing yet, because I figured after the XCOM 2 playlist, I'll actually have this other campaign pretty much rocking and rolling. But after Prophecies here in Guild Wars 1, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I was perhaps looking into maybe doing something in the Total War series. My problem with doing the Total War series is that there are so many other people out there that have done Total War. Any of the Total War games. I mean, what I was saying earlier about how there are some people out there that just straight up focus on like one game or one game's franchise. Yeah, there are some people out there that only do Total War games. And I've always felt really discouraged from doing it because, well, it just seems so saturated to me. And there are like some people out there that actually produce videos that are really fucking great at the game, where I'm still kind of a neophyte. I'm alright, you know, but I'm not like a pro. And I've always struggled with that. It's like if you were to choose between, say, watching some schmuck play the game versus watching like a pro play the game, wouldn't you want to watch the pro? Kind of, sort of, maybe. But then again, you know, watching the guy that's not like perfect at the game can be entertaining. Watching all the weird shenanigans that might actually ensue. So I don't know, we'll see. As far as like which Total game, I'm not really entirely decided yet which one I may or may not want to do. I feel like with the oh shit, here's our bonus path, by the way. I'd really like to do maybe the Warhammer series, Total War Warhammer, or Total Warhammer if you really want to truncate it. But it's just been done so much to death, and it's so like recent in time since it's come out. I just feel like there's been an overwhelming amount of content for the game that I don't know. I just don't think that it would really be appropriate personally. But then about Shogun 2, but like I said, you know, there are some other people out there that are really awesome at the game and have produced to almost an exhaustive degree a lot of content for this. So that's our dude, Les Longbow. I thought we were actually supposed to save him. Doesn't really look like he needs to be saved. He's just standing there for Christ's sake. I was actually thinking about maybe Total War Rome 2, even though I don't own it. I would purchase it. But I do have a Attila. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. You must know the White Mantle are led by a wicked evil man. He is their champion. They call him the Demagogue. He drives the Mantle forward. They will do anything he asks. So that's who we have to kill. Until he has been brought down, the Mantle will always have strength. Okay. So let's go assassinate the Demagogue. I'm not entirely certain if he's actually going to join us. Right. So instead of activating the next pedestal, we're going to walk by them shits. We're just going to kill the White Mantle. We're going to go straight over to the bonus, and then we're going to come back and then screw around with this. Yes. Oh, that wonderful AoE. So I'm assuming we're gonna talk to that druid. Seems pretty obvious. Oh, maybe we actually have to. Maybe we actually have to talk to him. Because we need to get through that, like, barrier up there. Whatever. Easily done. Let's take care of this, Mesmer boss over here. God damn, I really need to be on the draw here with the Cry of Frustration and my Complicate. Okay, first of all, let's talk to the druid. since we can't proceed anymore. What say you? Come on, fool, what are you doing? Whatever. Looks like we have 2 different sections here. So let's do this red one first. Tune both thorn pedestals to clear the vine gate. Alright. Should be easily done. So what I read about this mission is we're supposed to actually, I think, guard an area or whatever. And the mission is like kind of on a little bit of a beaten path. That's all of them, right? You gonna let me through? Fantastic. Tune the henge portal before the white man will do. Alright, let's not worry about that. Oh, I see what they're doing. I see. So they turn these red. You gotta prevent them from succeeding. Right. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. We gotta be quick about this, though. Alright, the boss that we want for the bonus is over in this direction. We have to go through all these guys. Kill the ritualists! Kill them! No, what are you doing? Go get him! Eat his soul! Wow, there's a lot of these guys. Time to die! Oh no! Oh! Screwed up there. Where are the... There's a... Oh man, I like totally desynced there. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Alright, the ritualist here is not the faction's ritualist, but an actual necromancer. Ah, okay. Oh, I'm gonna die here. I think I totally died twice. Oops. Here, kill the abbot. Kill them. Alright, Koss, we're gonna do a double dragon here. And then Zenmai. Let's get that other one in there. Oh! Wow, what the fuck? I think they beat me to the punch. Well, we're supposed to actually get through here. The bonus mission is down here. Wow. That's fairly embarrassing. Let's sell our stuff and then jump right back in. Of course, the merchant's like so deep in this place. So what I should probably do is actually look at the wiki just for a second. I feel like this mission is definitely one of those, or the bonus here is definitely for one of those things that would be a lot easier if you were doing it with other people. I am going to keep the white mantle badges because we're going to continually fight these guys. And since they stack. You know what, I'll tell you guys what, why don't I just take a quick break here because we're running around that time here where I would normally do so. And then when I come back, I'll take a look at the actual wiki and find out if there was a way to actually do this stuff. Oh, hi. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes.